With Dorothy's vision dead in the water because of delays in the global timeline, I'm going to talk about a different Ryan Labs event, Mansfield Break. Now, Mansfield Break and Dorothy's vision, as far as I know, don't have any direct connection to each other in terms of story, but as two different Ryan Labs, they are related in that remit. As such, before Dorothy's vision inevitably shows up on EN, I want to talk about Mansfield Break just a little bit, kind of to whet my own appetite on Ryan Labs lower. So what is Mansfield Break? Well, it is the story of breaking the operator Mountain out of prison. Now this is quite an interesting premise. We know how prisons are in the real world, and in Arknights I'm sure they are very similar. And not only are they similar, the discrimination that the infected face continues even to the prison system, which is to be expected. Mansfield Prison is considered an inescapable prison due to the fact that it is a mobile landship. So much like many of the cities and areas that we spend a lot of our time in, this prison is constantly moving around the surface of Terra, basically making it impossible to escape from prison due to the fact that you would inevitably be stuck in the wasteland if you did escape. But that is not the biggest issue that you're going to have with getting out. Because of how the prison is built, it can drop the central section into the heart of the prison, basically trapping the entire prison population inside. However, we know that Mountain is going to escape because he becomes a Rhodes Island operator. So this is simply the story of how he got out and the challenges he faced. So the story starts off with Silence and Mayor meeting with, and I'm sure my pronunciation is going to be wrong, but we'll try it anyway, Mulesies? So, Mulesies is trying to discover the story of how Mountain broke out of prison, and she knows that Silence helped him. So Silence tells us the story of the prison break, which was quite simple on Silence's part. She just sent one of her companions in, Kafka, and Kafka would aid Mountain in his escape. And Robin was sent in by someone who wanted Mountain assassinated. Now, one of these operators have different outfits in this, and that is because one is infected and one is not. In the prison system, prisoners are distinguished very clearly from each other, both infected and non-infected. But Mountain is not kept with these prisoners. He is kept in a separate section for the most dangerous and highest priority prisoners. As such, assassinating him is not going to be that easy for Robin, and breaking him out is not going to be that easy for Kafka. However, it has to be cleaned every now and again, so both Robin and Kafka end up going to his section to clean it. And during this foray into Mountain's prison cell, an assassination attempt is made. However, it is thwarted by the efforts of Kafka and Mountain and Robin, as Robin is not a bad person for wanting to assassinate Mountain. It's not like she's evil, she just has her own reasons, which are that her father is quite sick, so she needs to pay for his treatment. However, she doesn't have money, and she was offered money to go kill Mountain, so she took the job. Mountain learns this, of course, after bringing her to the infirmary to be treated, because he knows that she's trying to kill him, but he, for the most part, forgives her and just asks for her to help him escape, which she does. So why is Mountain in prison? Now, it's not for any crime he committed. Mountain was the son of a rich businessman in Colombia, and his father was competing with a rival corporation, but unfortunately for his father, the rival corporation, through some shady dealings, came out ahead, and Mountain's father lost everything. Before he himself was arrested, he arranged for Mountain to be transported to Mansfield prison so that he would have a much easier time while incarcerated. This is fairly obvious based on how everyone, including the prison guards, treats him with respect. So, although he is stuck in prison, at least he gets to enjoy some bit of freedom. And before we get into the kind of end game of Mansfield Break, just like to quickly mention that during all of this event, there was flashes back to the conversation between Silence and Ulysses, where they are discussing a few things, but I'm just going to bring up one of these points because it is interesting to me, one, and it plays into the character of Silence, two, where Ulysses mentions the incident that caused Saria to leave Ryan Labs, which is the Diabolus incident, which involves another well-known operator, Ifrit. Now, this doesn't have any real relevance to the story, but I just think that's quite interesting that we get to hear about it here, and, you know, it's relevant to the kind of story of the three main Ryan Labs operators that we know: Silence, Saria, and Ifrit. That being said, let's just hop back into the main story of Mansfield Break. The assassin, or the man who hired the assassin, is in the prison as well, Jesselton. Now, Jesselton is a pretty cool looking character. He's got that vibe going on, you know, especially when he uses his Originium arts and he transforms. Like, my man's got that supreme drip. His metallic powers are really cool, and they also add to the lore of Ryan Labs by explaining that he has a built-in kind of undersuit of metal under his skin, which shows just how capable the Ryan's lab is at their technology. Although if you know anything about Ifrit, you know that that's not exactly a good thing. So when Mountain, Kafka, and Robin try to escape, Jesselton puts the beat down on them. They're all the prisoners, I should mention this earlier, but all the prisoners are equipped with hollows that limit their ability. So Mountain, despite being incredibly capable fighter, is unable to get the upper hand on Jesselton because he is weakened by his collar, while Jesselton can fight at full strength. However, the GOAT, the supreme Giga Chad of Ryan Labs, Saria, has also infiltrated the prison. Saria got the best, maybe not the best, but one of the best outfits in the entire game. Like, look at this. The drip is immaculate. Everything about this costume is insanely good. But that aside, she shows up and my man Jesselton is getting absolutely low diffed. Like, he was talking all that good smack while he was laying the beat down on Kafka, Robin, and Mountain. However, Saria put that man in his place effortlessly and helps Mountain finish his escape attempt. What's interesting about this is that neither Ulysses or Silence hired Saria. Saria went in there of her own volition, which is quite good. I enjoy that about Saria. She's not like a pawn. She's kind of doing her own thing at all times. You know, she's her own person. She takes an active role in getting stuff she wants done, which is nice. Especially if you're anything like me and I've been propagandized into shipping Saria and Silence. Yeah, I'm just saying it's a good ship. That's all I'll say. But follow at Kimmy Tsunami on Twitter.com for the spicy Saria Silence fanos. Ulysses then, after learning this, threatens Silence as Silence helped a fugitive escape prison, and she's pretty confident she can take down Silence and Mayo. But Mountain is still there, and Mountain pretty much effortlessly defeats this clone of Ulysses, which, yes, she can clone herself and have full conversations. Her Originium oats must be insane. She's definitely going to have a unit at some stage because she's been in oats since before Arknights came out. So I'm just waiting because, like, if this is her ability, what she can do is going to be insane, whatever it is. Maybe a trapper, just a wild guess on Ulysses' ability. But yeah, Mansfield Break, it's a pretty interesting story. I got some good CGs. Like, I mean, I enjoy the CGs of this game, but I would like to have more of them. But no, that's about it. Doherty's vision. I'm praying that it comes after CC10, but we shall see. Arknights is a fickle god, and Mlynor might be coming next. But no, that's about it. Mansfield Break, really interesting event. I'll see y'all later. Peace out.